more radio. Raven Radio. Ghost Patrol Radio. Wicked Airways. Paradacity. It may be radio, but you'll see everything.
The Supernatural Radio Network.
The following program may contain subject matter or language not suitable for all audiences. Parental discretion is advised. The opinions expressed in this program are those of the hosts and their guests.
Janice at Paradacity and the lovely Maury.
Hello, good evening.
How are you?
I'm good. I can't believe it's already Wednesday.
Anything exciting happening in Vegas?
Yes, it's so exciting here. It's hot and windy. And lots of drink specials.
Nobody's hitting megabucks or anything like that?
You know, I haven't heard anything, but of course I've kind of been out of the loop. I've been out of town, got back, so I haven't seen anything. I'm sure just the normal stuff's going on, you know. Tourists drinking big-ass drinks that are wrapped around their neck, getting crazy, taking their clothes off about 1 a.m., no longer.
On the strip, they're down there naked, huh? Yeah. They should write a song, We're Gonna Strip down there. Well, Maury, tonight we have a really super special guest with us.
Yes, we do.
We have Ashley Harris, and Ashley is a Twitter expert. She tweets. She has some great tweets. If you guys aren't following her, you really should be. And if you have a question about how the hell do I get on Twitter, she can tell you. And I want to ask her later about YouTube. But she does a great vlog where she does recaps on the Paranormal Challenge. And she's, I would call her an expert on ghost adventures and the ghost shows and stuff. And so we decided we should have her on to do her recap right here on Paradacity. And so here she is.
Hi, Ashley. Hello. How are you?
Good. A little nervous.
Oh, you'll be fine.
No reason to be nervous.
Ashley, where are you from?
Fort Gratiot, Michigan.
Okay.
And that is by?
Where's that by? How big is it?
Well, if you hold your left hand up, it's kind of in the knuckle of the mitten. Yeah, it's like 45 minutes or so from Detroit.
Okay. So close enough, but not living in Detroit. That's awesome. So what do you like to do up there besides tweet? By the way, I think the Twittering stuff, I think it's haunted.
You think Twitter's haunted?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I just wanted to say it. Some people love Twitter and some people hate Twitter. Okay, we'll go back to Ashley now. So what do you do up there? Huh? Tell us, Ashley.
Well, my town's really small, so there's not much I can really do up here. I just pretty much hang out with my friends whenever I can and go to work, school, fun stuff.
So, would you say, like, your town's a historic town, or there are old buildings, and how old is your town? Was it instated?
I have no idea.
Research, girl! Okay, so what got you interested in the paranormal? How did that come about, then?
Well, my dad had one night turned on a show called Ghost Hunters, and we sat down and watched it together, and I've just been obsessed with the paranormal ever since, and it's been a few years, and I don't know, I just really like the paranormal. I think it's really interesting and neat, and
so you like the shows? Do you investigate yourself?
I am a ghost hunter in the making. I have my own group right now that we're just kind of studying and getting to learn things before we actually go out and do an investigation. So.
Okay. So how is your team? Like, I don't need to know each of your ages, but like, how long have you been a team?
About a couple months, maybe since the beginning of June.
Okay.
So a very new team.
Yes.
Well, that's good. That's good. You know, honestly, Ashley, when you see people and they say, oh, I've been in this 100 years. I've been in here for 200 years. Whatever. The truth of it is they don't know any more than people who have just been in it a month or two, I feel. I mean, everybody has to find...
I disagree.
Well, I believe everybody has to find what works for them.
Right, but I know being in a paranormal... Okay, let's just say investigating not to eat a damn bag of chips while you're sitting there waiting. While
Waiting
you're running
for what?
You're waiting for anything. You're waiting to pass wind. You're waiting for any interaction. You're waiting for any of your equipment to go off, to get any audio.
That's common sense, though.
Yeah, but you know
Nobody
how
would
many
sit
people...
there and eat it.
That is not true. I'll tell you.
I've never seen anybody sit and eat a damn bag of chips while they're waiting.
Not in my life. I mean, Mary, a guy was eating a bag of chips, a small bag, but it happened. You would think people have common sense, but I'm telling you, they don't all have common sense.
Well,
Ashley, don't eat chips when you're investigating.
well, I bet you she doesn't. I bet you she doesn't. You can learn that from watching Zach. You know, people say you can't learn any crap from watching them, but you can. And what's big stepping, Ashley? Or what's that big stepping, giant stepping? What's that?
It's something that Aaron does. It's really funny how he does it.
You've got that on your shirt. The big. What is that? You have worn high heels. Of course I've worn high heels, Debbie. I don't know whether I've got some right now that have skulls on them. So, Ashley.
Yes.
Hello? Ashley.
Yes.
I know that you like Zach and Nick and Aaron. Aside from them, what is your other, aside from Ghost Adventures, what is your other favorite shows?
Paranormal State, and Ghost Hunters, and I'm having a block. Can't think of the other ones. Paranormal Challenge, of course.
Oh, of course. Paranormal. Don't you dare forget Paranormal Challenge. So what about your recap and your shout-outs?
Okay. Well, recap is a little long.
All right. Well, we have about 52 minutes. So
She's got 10,000 shout-outs.
No, I only have like 21.
We'll begin when we're tired of it. Go, ready, go, Ashley.
Da-da-dum, da-dum.
Okay, the challenge was held at the West Virginia Penitentiary. It was also known as Moundsville. It was ranked as one of the most violent prisons in America. The prison was so violent that prisoners there would get burned alive, decapitated, and stabbed to death. The first team for this challenge is Northeastern Spirit Society. Their team is made up of Daniel, Mandy, and Greg, who they called Copperhead. The second team is West Virginia Paranormal. Their team is made up of Rich, Jonathan, and Jordan. Tom Stiles takes the teams on a walkthrough of the location. The teams are first shown the Sugar Shack, which was an indoor rec area for the inmates, and it wasn't closely supervised, so a lot of violent things happened in there, such as fights and stabbings.
Like what?
Sugar Shack. Why did they call it that?
There you go with the common sense. That's why the men got a little sugar in the shack. Yep, it said the guards would look the other way as long as they were down in that area, you know.
Like that song, what is that? Was that a song, Sugar Shack or something?
Not Sugar Shack.
But it was.
I know it.
It's a damn song.
By the Moundsville inmates.
They wrote it.
Alright, sorry, Ashley, go ahead.
Okay, they are also shown the New Wall cell block. On New Year's Day of 1986, there was a riot that took place there, and the inmates took 16 hostages. The teams are shown cell 2, and this cell is where an inmate who was considered a snitch lived, and one night this prisoner was lit on fire by 2 other inmates. They are also shown the psych ward, where inmates would mutilate themselves. And, yeah, it was kind of gross what they went into detail there. They move on to the boiler room, and the boiler room was where inmate R.D. Wall was assigned to work. R.D. was considered the warden's chief snitch, and one evening 2 inmates went down to the boiler room to pay him a visit, and they grabbed him and stabbed him, mutilating his body. Not going into details because I'll get sick. The teams are shown the North Hall, which is made up of 4 cells that were used for the 4 worst troublemakers. And one evening, the 4 cells were unlocked to let the inmates out for recreation, and one inmate named Rusty Lassiter came leaping out of his cell and ran past the officer into the cell of Red Snyder and stabbed him 37 times, killing him. The teams are each given 2 infrared cameras, 2 digital recorders, a thermal camera, a millimeter, 2 full spectrum cameras, 1 still and 1 camcorder. West Virginia starts in Zone 1, which is New Wall, the Psych Ward, and the Sugar Shack. Northeastern Spirit Society starts in Zone 2, which is North Hall, the Infirmary, and the Boiler Room. The teams are judged on teamwork, history, tech proficiency, and audio and visual evidence. The judges for this challenge were Dave Schrader, Alexander Holzer, and Joshua Warren. In part 1, Mandy of Northeastern hears footsteps, and then she feels something brush the back of her neck. West Virginia also hears footsteps. During one point of the investigation, both teams were hearing footsteps at the same time, and they were in completely different areas of the prison. Jonathan from West Virginia goes by himself in the Sugar Shack, and he starts getting chills while Jonathan is down in the Sugar Shack. Jordan and Rich are trying to find the psych ward, and they can't find it, which probably hurt them a little bit when the judges were deliberating.
I think so, maybe. Well, how'd you do in the psych ward? We never found it.
Yeah, that could be a problem.
Alright, go ahead. I'm just going to make little colorful comments there, Ashley. Don't let me throw you off your game here.
It's okay. In between investigations, Zach, Dave, and Billy give each team a piece of evidence to help guide them in getting their own evidence, and each team gets a trigger object. I think one team got a mower blade, and the other team got 2 homemade
Shakes?
Yes, that's what they are.
That's what I'd give them. I could see Schrader and, Zach back there making their own shanks during dinner time, right?
They're making their own what?
They're called shanks. They could be
I thought
like
you said shakes.
they could make chocolate shakes when they're on downtime. I don't know. I know they like ice cream. I've seen them eat ice cream before. No, they're stabbing apparatus. They're just shanks.
They're shanks.
So did any of these people, these trigger objects, did anything that's what they use them for.
Bessie and DJ, what do you think of that? She said trigger objects.
Are you guys, see real quick, sorry Ashley, but last week my internet went down, so I was not in the chat room. Obviously, I missed a lot.